I want you to stop fighting being single. Deeply crave love and connection, and I want that for you too.
Many men are resentful of their wives and girlfriends because they earn more than them.
It's an everyday job for a woman to come home, cook, clean, and take care of the kids, and also go to a job like a man.
Yelling doesn't mean you're winning an argument.
For years, the focus was on who's winning, who's losing, and who has the power. But in the 21st century, something unexpected happened. A growing number of men didn't fight for position. They simply stepped out of the game. What happens when millions of men don't complain, don't argue, and just quietly disappear from dating? Stay with us till the end, because what's really happening here isn't obvious, and most people are completely misreading it.
Do you think men are going to be going for older or younger women?
In my experience with men, they like them younger women. You know why?
Why?
So they can control them.
You think it's about control?
I mean, in my experience, yeah. I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I believe in my experience, I believe it's about control.
But do you want a guy who's older than you or younger than you?
Fuck that! I want someone who's mature. You could be mature when you're 23 versus somebody who's 29.
When you were 19, were you dating 17-year-olds?
When I was 19, I was going through a divorce.
How old was he?
He was 21.
Why wouldn't you date a 17-year-old at 19?
Fuck that! Why would I want to date somebody that's younger than me? I want somebody who's wiser. Okay, you made your point. You made your point. You made your
Welcome back to planet Earth. Welcome back.
Okay, welcome back.
What does it feel like to enter the solar system at fucking 2,000 miles an hour?
You know what? I've had a couple drinks, so you know what?
At first, it didn't look like a big deal. A few men choosing to stay single, focus on themselves, avoid the stress. But over time, that few turned into millions.
It's an everyday job for a woman to come home, cook, clean, and take care of the kids, and also go to a job like a man. So you're telling me that a woman has to go work like a man every day, and a man goes work, and he's tired when he gets home. And a woman's not tired. She has to clean, cook, do the dishes, do the laundry. Are you kidding me?
Why don't you want to do that?
What are you talking about? Why don't I want to do it? You know how fucking tiring that is? Have you done that?
I do it every day.
First of all, yelling doesn't mean you're winning an argument. It's a sign of low intelligence. You can lower your voice and speak to me. I'm sitting right here. I can hear you. Your point is invalid, and you sound like the rest of these unwedded women talking about the modern day women right there. I'm going to go to work like you. Do you want me to cook, clean? First of all, if that was the case, so what? Yes, you're going to cook, clean, do this and do that. And guess what? He taking the trash out. He fixing the house. He making sure this. Do y'all have different responsibilities and different roles? Now, amongst modern day women, we're equal. We're not. We're both important. We're equally important to the relationship, but we have different duties, functions, and responsibilities. And you yelling, oh, I gotta cook, clean, yes, because don't nobody care. But at the same time, my wife don't care if the AC duct needed to be cleaned and it was $300. She won't even know that the man came and went. We have different responsibilities. Just because I can see you cook the food and you can't see me clean the gutters, you don't even care about that stuff, but it still need to be done. Men have different responsibilities. So all this, oh, I cook and I clean and yeah, that's part of your function. But when your tire is flat, my function is to make sure you have a new tire.
But
when your car
needs
an oil change, it's my job to make sure these people ain't ripping you off. We have different duties and functions and responsibilities. And if you don't love your duty, your function, your responsibility, you're not fit to be a wife, period.
And the key detail? It wasn't loud. No protests, no big announcements. Just quiet disengagement. The kind that doesn't trend until the results start showing up everywhere.
Who do you think has it harder when it comes on to dating, men or women?
Probably women.
Why?
Just because we're objectified, generally.
Do you think that women were just born objectified, or women played a part in being objectified?
I think it's become a societal thing from like way back in the day and it's just carried on into the 21st century.
You don't think like OnlyFans plays a part in why women get objectified, or like porn or anything?
I mean, it could be. I mean, OnlyFans you sign up willingly for the most part. But porn stars, like all the stuff that happened a couple years ago, like...
Like what stuff?
The Mila girl.
Oh.
How like she was like conned into it basically.
She was conned into it?
Apparently.
Mila or...
I don't know her name. I don't watch porn.
A lot of these men didn't leave because they couldn't compete. They left because they questioned the value exchange. Effort, time, energy, what do you actually get back?
Please know, if you are going to date a single father, many women have walked that path before you. And when they try to warn you, don't be defensive. Do you know what I mean? Someone had children with this man and still was like, I can't do it. I don't want to fucking be with you no more. And like broke it off. So not everybody's chasing after that man, no matter what story he's telling you. And I'm not saying this like with an attitude. I'm saying it like, come on, girl, come on. Let's wake it up a little bit. I know you know that. I know you hear it in your gut, you know? And especially if he starts to hint and question and ask for you to pay for his legal fees. Like, oh, it's just so, and she's so, you know, like just understand that financial abuse is a very, very real thing. You know, and how many women do you know are gold diggers? But how many girls do you know that have gotten played like that? You know?
When that equation feels unbalanced, people don't argue. They optimize. And for many, optimization meant redirecting focus into areas with clearer returns.
Many men are resentful of their wives and girlfriends because they earn more than them, but we never, ever admit this emotion because it's a bruise on their ego and masculinity. In this 21st century, we see that a number of women are beginning to out-earn the men in their lives. And in a society where men have been told that they're meant to be the breadwinners, you're meant to take care of the family and probably be the more financially secure, financially stable person in your relationship. The change in this role, the change in the relationship dynamic has begun to, make men spiral, if I could say that. We see a lot of men saying, my wife earns more than me, she loves me, but I feel somehow. That somehow that they talk about is actually a manifestation of a feeling of jealousy, envy, emasculation. And when these feelings are left unchecked, they become resent.
Career growth, financial stability, fitness, personal peace. Controlled environments where effort leads to predictable outcomes. That predictability becomes hard to give up.
I want you to stop fighting being single. I know that you want a relationship. I know that you deeply crave love and connection, and I want that for you too, and it will happen. But first, you need to stop fighting being single. Stop resisting what currently is, because there's so much value and joy and beauty available to you and love available to you while you're single. You just have to actively look for it and be intentional about creating it. Don't waste this chapter, because you might look back and wish that you had been more present for it.
Meanwhile, dating became more complex. More expectations, more uncertainty, more emotional risk. And when complexity rises, participation usually drops.
Why do Black men demand that we prove our worth and bring XYZ to the table? Oh, well, isn't that the burning question of 2021 and 22? I'm 33 and living in Southern California. You know we have special dusties down here, Deb. I find it ridiculous that so many men I've been matched with or dated are expecting me to prove my worth when they do not prove themselves if it's worth it for me to even sacrifice things on my end. Deb, I even had one guy ask if I'm willing to quit my job and start a new career or move to random places. He didn't even mention other factors or reasons for moving, but just moving. Assuming from previous conversation, he's looking for someone who is willing to move around the country or even out of the country for his career plan. Isn't the first step to explain what you're willing to do and sacrifice in this relationship before you asking someone if he or she is willing to do something for you? Or at least show me that you are a loving and caring person, that I would feel safe to go anywhere with you. I have a good stable career, and of course, for the sake of experience and out of boredom, my job allows me to explore and experience, since I will be able to return to my career if things don't work out. However, I have invested my time and a fortune to achieve this, and I'm actually happy and comfortable with my career, so that it would have to be a really good opportunity or reason for me to quit my job and start over. I know if I don't find this reasonable. I know you will say just move on to the next person, but Deb, it's been happening almost every time. And they brought up this conversation when we just started talking. Maybe it's because of the age group, mid 30s to early 40s, that I'm dating, but I feel hopeless once again for the unrealistic expectations these men seem to have. and wanting me to show what I can do for them when they don't even offer what they can do for me. Am I a collector of these types of people, or is this a common problem that many other single Black women have?
This creates a gap. On one side, expectations remain high. On the other, engagement becomes selective. And when those two don't meet, the system starts slowing down.
Married couples still make up the majority of buyers at 61%, with our single women making up 21%, just crushing those single guys that only make up 9%. So more than double the amount of single women are purchasing homes than single men. I think that stat is interesting.
I have no problem approaching a man to start a conversation. Oh, I think someone's cute. Okay, hey, how's it going? What are you drinking? Da da da. But I'm not gonna be like, hey, can I get your number so I can text you later? Like, I will
do that. Hold on.
If I have a 45-minute conversation with a man at a bar that I initiated or da 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 da, we're going back and forth, great time. And I'm walking away and he doesn't try to get my number, he doesn't try to get any contact info, set up another date, get to know me more, he's not interested. That's what I'm taking it as.
Fair.
I don't think that I need to be doing the most, let me not say doing the most. I don't think I need to,
in that person.
but I think that's where the emotional intelligence comes in. Because there are some people,
Take some sort of accountability.
no, I think that there are some people who just like casual conversation and who just like getting to know people. That's totally true. But I think there is a point where it's like, I've just shown you mutual interest. Maybe not in romantic, at least friendship, at least friendly way. I've shown you mutual interest. If you don't want to do anything with that mutual interest, that's totally fine. I'm taking that as you're not interested. I don't think that I need to be asking you for your number to show mutual interest. I think you need to also pick up on the context clues that I'm laughing, I'm having a good time. I decided to spend my time that I could have walked away, talked to someone else, said no thank you. Like, those are the context clues that I'm putting down. If you don't want to do anything with that, you're not emotionally intelligent enough, you're not interested, or you're not available. Like, that's what I'm taking that as. I don't think that I need to close the deal with, like, people are trying to give me advice to close the deal with men. I don't need, like, I understand how this works. I know how to do those things, but I'm not interested in being in a relationship where a man would want me to close the deal with him. Like, that's taking it further. I'm totally fine showing interest. I'm totally fine approaching. I'm totally fine doing those things to make you feel confident and comfortable to do that. But you as a man, from where I'm standing, from my perspective, from those who I'm interested in, need to find the moxie to be able to at least get us into a date, at least get us to know each other better. If that's not within your realm of capabilities, that's fine. We're just not a match. That's fine. We're just not a match. Like, it's okay. Neither of us are wrong. Neither of us are bad people. Neither of us are going to hell. We're just not a good match.
Okay. So why didn't you try?
Because, again, men that are interested in me ask me for my number.
No, I'm asking you, why didn't you?
Okay, if we want to go deeper, because why didn't I do something? Because I'm not here, and that's where the chasing comes. It's like, I'm only interested in men that are interested in me.
That's not fair.
Why isn't it fair?
That's not fair.
Why? I don't know why it's not.
If we're in a world where equality is a thing,
Equality is not a thing. It is not a thing.
It is a thing.
Show me the study where women are equal. Show me the study that says women are equal. Women are closing the pay gap, yes. But in any sense
right now, women, the younger generation of women are more educated than the younger generation of men. They're going to universities of men.
That does not make us equal. That does not make us equal.
It's a shift, obviously.
We still live in a but we still live in a patriarchy. And I'm not saying that I don't need to contribute to household funds and a man needs to work and I need to kick my legs up. But we're absolutely not.
All I'm saying is I know there's a trend behind us and our generation.
There is a trend.
That's all I know. I can't answer
but I think the problem is that men are seeing women do better, and they're saying, well, why do I need to do anything? Not anything, but why do I need to do what has been expected of me from the dawn of time?
What confuses many people is that these men don't look miserable. They are not constantly complaining or chasing validation. They look stable, even content.
When you're a guy and you make money, you want to put and invest your money in your offspring, not in other people's offspring. That's just the natural way of the world. That's how things go. men typically want to take care of their own children. Now,
what if she's a millionaire and
there-
she helps and builds an empire with that man?
Okay, well, even better. If you're a millionaire, you're going to probably want a guy that's a millionaire too, right?
Exactly, but
Okay.
who said anything about a broke guy?
Yeah, but okay, good. So what do millionaires have that are men?
But my thing is, like,
Hold on, answer the question. What do men have that are millionaires? Options, which means they can date girls that aren't millionaires and be happy. You, on the other hand, can't date a broke guy and be happy. So they can get a girl that's 21, that isn't a millionaire, that doesn't have children, that can give him a family, and he won't have to take on someone else's kids.
And that changes the dynamic. Because when someone is okay alone, they are harder to influence, harder to pressure, and harder to pull back into something they've already stepped away from.
If there's ever the epitome of my man, it's you. Literally the sound is you.
What can I say? I love my man.
We know. Have you always been that way when it comes to...
I'm a Capricorn. Like, what?
Okay, but what does that mean though? Like,
I feel like when a Capricorn in love, like when we single, we single. But when we in love, like, I wake up, my man. I take a shit, my man. I make breakfast, my man. I'm driving, my man. I'm bathing, my man.
was there ever a day you feel like in recent time where you like didn't think that?
No.
It's never happened.
No.
Yes, Capricorn women are definitely like this, but most of them have never actually experienced this because their guards are so up that they're always willing to settle with someone that they're able to, fortunately, control, know they're not going to disappoint them, and know that at any given second they can leave. But when that Capricorn woman finds her love, it's her man, her man, her man.
At the same time, this isn't just about men. It's about a system where incentives shifted for everyone, but different groups adapted in different ways.
What do you think about dating in Toronto right now?
It's intense. Well, I think in 21st century, guys need to turn back into be a man and take for gentleman-like, to be a gentleman, take you for a dinner, take care of bill. Don't ask to split the bill because it's insane, but it's insulting for your own ego. Just be a man, you know, and then loyalty, be loyal.
What are you looking for in a partner?
That's a great question. And I'm looking for a strong shoulder who can say, baby, don't worry, I got it.
Do they need to dress well? Do they need to be tall? Do they need to make good money? What's your opinion about that?
They need to be smart. It means that if you're smart enough, you will know how to choose your partner and how to navigate through difficulties in this life.
Give a single girl
Yeah.
some dating advice. What would you say to her?
How old?
Let's say she's like 21.
Oh, 21. Just bang them all. Bang them all, because men are so immature that you're not gonna lock anyone down. Don't even start thinking yet about the husband stuff. But I will say, bang dudes quietly. Don't tell everybody. Shut the about it. Just go do your business. Bang girls, bang guys, bang dogs, trans, whatever you want. But keep an eye out for the good ones in your college.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, keep the solid dudes in your back pocket. Like, befriend them, but don't them or date them or nothing until you're kind of like older and you're ready to like settle down with a boy.
Yeah.
And then call that guy up, like that one you had your eyes on.
Now the question isn't why are they leaving? It's what would make them come back. And that's a much harder question to answer. Because once people build a life that works for them, they don't return out of pressure. They return only if the value makes sense.
Last night before I went to bed, I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw a woman saying, you know, I don't need a partner, but can we just talk about how much harder life is when you don't have a partner and you're doing it alone? As somebody who was unwillingly single for 8 years in my 20s, I didn't meet my now fiance until I was 30. I just want to say, like, that's true. I remember one of my best friends when she first met her now fiance. She and I had a conversation. She met him about a year and a half before I ended up meeting my partner. And we were talking and she was like, it's a privilege. Like, we don't really talk about this, but like, it is a privilege to meet your partner. Like, it is a privilege to have a romantic partner who is a life partner, who is somebody who helps you with the bills, like helps you figure out, you know, what to get grandma for Christmas, who helps you like when you are going through scary medical stuff, who helps you decide like what treatment to get your dog, like helps you figure out like what classes you should register for if you're in graduate school. I don't know, there's just so many things that come up in life, and having someone to do those things with and having someone to share those burdens with you is like immeasurably helpful and a privilege that people who are not partnered do not have. And most people who are not partnered want that, and I think that's totally valid. And that said, I will say part of the reason why I was single for 8 years is because I wasn't willing to settle for a partner who was just some guy. Like, I wasn't willing to settle for someone who I didn't love, who didn't love me, who didn't treat me with respect and awe, and who I wasn't totally in awe of all of the time, and didn't like my fiance and I worship each other. Like, we love each other so much, and we both say to each other all the time, like, you're so perfect. Like, I love this life that we have together, and I wasn't interested in anything less than that. And that meant that I was single for a long time, and it was hard. And it was worth it, but it didn't make it any easier in the moment. It just meant that I had to have a lot of faith in what I was holding out for. And so if you're someone who's single and is really feeling the burden of that right now, or just in general, I just want to validate for you that that's real. And there are people who are coupled who see you and see that and know that, and it can be really hard and scary and frustrating, when, especially as you get into your upper 20s and your 30s, et cetera, to see other people not having that burden anymore and feel like they've forgotten, they don't understand. But there are people who see you, and I think that it's worth the wait to find someone who really is a true partner and not just some guy. Hope this helps.
At the end of the day, this isn't a loud rejection, it's a quiet recalibration. And the reason it feels so impactful is because nobody noticed it happening until it was already widespread.
Men stopped playing by the rules, and now everyone's freaking out. Let's break down why silence has become the loudest move.